going to be interested in talking to you today about a presentation I recently participated in at the Washington Hort Show involving innovative and potential game-changing strategies that we are going to use on our farm. Hopefully the major points that would come out of this, the take-home message, would be included basically in 4 different bullet points. It would be inclusion, innovation, execution, and analysis. Go into more depth on each one of those. Probably most importantly for our organization is the inclusion part at this point, and what we need to do as a business to make sure that we're involved in new variety and IP management, how we can be involved in robotics and what we need to do in our orchards to make sure that they are robot ready, as we say, so that we'll be included in that technology later, not the word I use, self-excluded. So we want to use orchard systems that are apparent for that, and also how we increase our research and development so that we know everything that's coming, the changes that are coming as soon as possible, as the rate of change now is so drastic. Right, so the hard part about being a smaller grower, and in the East we consider ourselves at 500 acres smaller growers because of what happens here in Washington, especially with variety management and clubs now, is that at that level you don't get involved in the conversations of new IP management and how that's going to be handled. So the way to make sure you're part of that conversation is to be one of the very best growers in your area, garnering the best returns from your pack house, because each brand wants to be well represented, and if you can put yourself in that position where you're growing great quality fruit, there is at least an opportunity that you'll be invited to do it if your packer or marketer is lucky enough to be involved with that IP. So it's a strategy we've been following for many years in terms of how we benchmark ourselves against other growers in our pack house to make sure we're always in the top 10% of all growers for returns for every variety. And certainly it's been an idea that's worked over time and has opened a lot of doors for us. And I would say for a lot of people that aren't quite at that level or even know where they fit in that curve of growers, that's part of the thing you need to find out. There's know where you stand in that group, and if you're not in that group and you're not being asked to do new varieties, this is one way you can maybe change that equation. From a systems perspective, that's become incredibly important. One of the things we look at in terms of how we're going to grow quality apples and the high percentage of quality apples is it going to be on the right system? And certainly looking forwards, everybody that's talking about robots and mechanization is talking about narrow or planar canopies. So if you're not planting a system that's probably less than 3 feet in width and potentially even better at 2 feet in width, you may well be excluding yourself from some of this future technology and things that you're even doing today, because it's not necessarily going to marry perfectly with what's coming here in the very near future.